Every few heartbeats, somewhere on this planet, a man or woman stumbles. Not because the ground gave way, not because the shoes betrayed them, but because the legs that once ran like rivers now hesitate. Weakness rarely comes crashing in like thunder. It slips in quietly, like a shadow at dusk. One morning, the chair feels like it's nailed to the floor. A week later, the steps at your front door seem to have grown taller overnight. Then one day, you realize that the walks you loved, the ones that cleared your mind and lifted your spirit, have disappeared, and you can't even remember when they left. Only that they did. Here's the part we often miss. The very first choice you make each morning, before the news, before the endless lists, before the rush of the day, is a choice that either strengthens you or steals from you. One small decision. It sets the stage. It decides whether your legs will carry you firm and steady, or whether your independence will leak away, slow and unseen, until one day you wake up and it's gone. Now, I'm not talking about breaking records or sweating through some punishing workout. I'm talking about something humbler, closer, something we all touch every morning. I'm talking about breakfast. That quiet habit, often overlooked, that either wakes up your muscles or leaves them stranded. What you place on the plate when the sun rises will either build you up or tear you down. And I want to show you a simple way, grounded in truth and backed by real science, that helps protect your strength, keep your balance, and restore your confidence. These aren't rare foods. They aren't powders shipped from across the world. They're right there in your kitchen waiting. And if you're past 60, I want you to hear this like a trumpet calling at dawn. Once strength slips away, it doesn't come back without a fight. But listen, you are not too late, and you are not powerless. You can start tomorrow morning. You can hold your ground. You can keep your stride. You can keep your dignity. Let's start where real strength begins, with a breakfast that matters. The power of eggs. There's a small champion in nearly every refrigerator. It doesn't cost much. It doesn't need a recipe card or a professional touch. When eaten at the right time, it slows the steady loss of muscle and gives fresh power to the legs that carry you from one room to the next, from one memory to another. I'm talking about whole eggs. Now, the treasure isn't just a protein, though it's there, faithful and strong. The real treasure glows in the yolk, a golden beacon loaded with leucine, the messenger that tells your body it's time to rebuild. That's not wishful thinking. That's the body doing exactly what God designed it to do. Researchers found that older adults who ate 2 whole eggs each morning walked stronger, steadier, and with greater confidence, without turning life into a training camp. But the yolk doesn't stop there. It carries vitamin D, the quiet ally of bones that don't falter and steps that don't waver. It offers B12, protecting the nerves that stretch like electric lines from your brain to your toes. Stronger signals, faster reactions, firmer balance. And the iron, easily absorbed, feeds oxygen to muscles that would otherwise tire too soon. Give them that gift, and they'll repay you with endurance you can feel. So what do? Keep it plain and faithful. Within that first hour of waking, cook 2 whole eggs, boiled, scrambled, or gently poached. Don't toss the yolk, that's the powerhouse. If you want to add another layer of strength, throw in some spinach or bright slices of tomato. Those bring magnesium for smooth, steady contractions and antioxidants to fight the fires of inflammation. It may look simple, 2 eggs, a handful of greens, but it's in the ordinary, repeated faithfully, that extraordinary results are born. Each bite says to your body, we're building today. And believe me, the body listens. The steady strength of oats and chia seeds. Now let me bring you to another path, quiet but strong, the kind of strength that carries you from sunrise to sundown. Oats and chia seeds. Each one on its own is good, but together, they're like a handrail on a steep staircase, steady, dependable, exactly when you need it. Start with oats. They hold beta-glucan, a soluble fiber that does more than keep digestion running. It calms inflammation. It steadies blood sugar. It improves how your body uses protein and minerals. That's not small. As years go by, muscle doesn't hold itself. It must be nourished. When sugar swings high and crashes low, energy stumbles and recovery slows. Oats flatten that road. Then add chia seeds. Tiny, almost invisible, but mighty. They bring omega-3s, potassium, magnesium, calcium, all the minerals that let your muscles contract smoothly and your nerves signal cleanly. When magnesium or potassium run low, cramps cut in, steps grow heavy. Even standing at the counter feels like too much. Yet studies show that older adults who combined beta-glucan fiber with omega-3s found steadier legs and fewer night cramps in a matter of weeks. Breakfast, it turns out, is talking to your legs all day long. So, how do you make it real? Cook 3 spoonfuls of rolled oats in water or unsweetened nut milk. When soft, stir in a spoon of chia seeds. If you like, crown it with banana slices or a handful of berries. Sweetness with antioxidants. Eat it warm, within that first hour, when your body is listening most. Oats provide the steady fuel, chia brings the minerals. Together, they smooth the path. Less tension, fewer stumbles, more energy where it matters, right under your feet. So here it is. 2 simple choices at dawn. Eggs to flip the rebuilding switch. Oats and chia to lay down a smooth road. No gimmicks. No empty promises. Just faithful, everyday choices that give back what time tries to take. Start tomorrow morning. Your legs will answer tomorrow morning. And before long, you'll notice, the chair feels lighter, the curb looks smaller, and the walks you once loved are waiting to be taken again. Every kitchen, no matter how humble, hides treasures. And one of the brightest wears a simple yellow coat. To most, it looks like nothing more than a quick snack, something you toss in your bag or grab on the way out the door. But as the years roll on, that little piece of fruit becomes something greater. It becomes nature's gentle muscle relaxer. Why does it matter so much? Potassium. Your muscles can't contract and release like they're meant to without it. Come up short and suddenly cramps flare out of nowhere. Legs twitch as though wires are sparking. Weakness seeps in, and even the shortest walk feels like dragging heavy boots uphill. The sad truth is, many never know their potassium has dipped until the symptoms begin to shout louder than their own strength. Yet one medium banana holds about 400 milligrams. Enough to cover a tenth of what your body needs each day. Doesn't sound like much, but it's often the difference between stumbling in frustration and walking steady in peace. And that banana brings more than potassium. It's carrying vitamin B6, the key that keeps signals moving from mind to muscle. Quick responses, smooth strides, the coordination that lets near falls stay rare instead of routine. Researchers have shown that adults who regularly ate potassium-rich foods like bananas were a third less likely to battle cramps and nighttime leg pain. That's not coincidence. That's how it was meant to work. But timing is everything. Don't snatch a banana on an empty stomach. It can spike blood sugar and leave you shaky, especially if you're facing diabetes or prediabetes. Let it follow your main breakfast, after the eggs, after the oats, so it lifts you instead of dropping you. Worried about sugar? Sensitive kidneys? Choose a smaller one, maybe slightly green. Less sugar, more resistant starch, smoother energy. Just 1 banana a day, woven into a balanced meal, is enough to guard your muscles, steady your steps, and quiet those nagging cramps. The secret weapon against muscle breakdown. When the house sleeps, your body keeps working. In the dark hours, muscles begin to break down for fuel. A natural process called catabolism. But after 60, breakdown speeds up and rebuilding slows. Unless you rise and give your body what it's been waiting for. That's where Greek yogurt steps forward. Thick, rich, and brimming with protein. More than its thinner cousin at the grocery shelf. What makes it different? It's strained again and again, leaving you with double the protein and the slow-digesting casein your muscles crave. Casein feeds your body for hours, making it the perfect remedy after a night of breakdown. A single cup offers about 17 grams of protein plus leucine, the same spark for rebuilding found in eggs. Add in calcium and vitamin D, and you have a gift for your bones, your balance, and your strength. European researchers found that adults who consumed around 20 grams of casein protein each morning grew stronger, steadier, and faster in just 6 weeks, even without major changes to their exercise. And hidden inside that same cup are probiotics, those tiny helpers that ease digestion, sharpen nutrient absorption, and cool the low-grade inflammation that quietly eats away at health. Here's how you use it. Eat Greek yogurt within an hour of waking, after rehydrating with a tall glass of water. Skip the sugar pack cups. They rob more than they give. Go for plain, unsweetened, and dress it yourself. Toss in berries, a sprinkle of cinnamon, maybe stir in chia seeds. And if dairy fights you, look for lactose-free or goat's milk yogurt. Gentler on the gut, but just as nourishing. What matters isn't the brand, it's the habit. Give your body the fuel it's waiting for, right when it needs it most. The omega-3 powerhouse. And now, let's talk about a surprising ally, fatty fish. Salmon, sardines, mackerel. It may sound odd to think of them at breakfast, but they might be exactly what your legs have been praying for. Why fish? Omega-3s. Those powerful fats are inflammation's greatest enemy. Here's the reality. As the years stack up, a quiet inflammation settles deep into the body. You don't feel it like a swollen knee or a pounding fever. It works silently, undermining muscle repair, slowing nerve signals, draining circulation. Omega-3s sweep in to push back the tide. They sharpen insulin sensitivity, spark muscle protein synthesis, and protect what you still have while helping rebuild what you thought was gone. One powerful study showed that adults who ate fatty fish twice a week held on to nearly a third more leg muscle mass, fell less, and walked faster than those who didn't. That's not just a meal, that's prevention. And don't miss the extras: vitamin D, vitamin B12, and a clean 20 grams of protein in every 100 grams of cooked fish. That's breakfast that repairs the night's losses and arms you for the day ahead. How do you serve it? Keep it simple. Pan-sear a palm-sized piece of salmon with a touch of olive oil, 3 or 4 minutes per side. Add slices of avocado, a few bright vegetables, maybe roasted sweet potato. If the thought of cooking fish at dawn feels too heavy, smoked salmon works in a pinch. And if fish just isn't for you, a high-quality fish oil supplement can stand in. But check with your doctor first, especially if you're taking blood thinners. There's a rhythm that unfolds in the morning, a kind of quiet music that shapes every step that follows. Yes, food matters, but so do the little choices, the small, almost invisible habits that greet the day before the noise and hurry rush in. They look ordinary, almost too simple to matter, yet when practiced faithfully, they carry extraordinary power. These are the things that determine not just how your legs feel today, but how steady they'll be for the years still ahead. Think about it. After a night's rest, your body has gone 7, maybe 9 hours without water, without minerals, without movement. That's why you wake stiff, why the calves ache, why those first steps feel heavy. The cure is so simple it almost feels too easy. Within 5 minutes of rising, drink a glass of warm water with a pinch of mineral-rich salt. It doesn't just quench thirst, it replenishes, revives circulation, steadies blood pressure, and gently whispers to your nervous system, it's time to begin again. While that water awakens your body, give your legs their own wake-up call. Just 3 minutes of single leg stands. You don't have to look graceful. Rest a hand on the back of a chair. Lift one foot a few inches off the ground. Hold it for 10 seconds. Switch. Do it 4 or 5 times. That simple move lights up calves, thighs, hips, even your core. It's one of the quietest yet strongest ways to reclaim balance before the world demands its share of you. And don't miss this. Before you even swing both feet out of bed, roll your wrists and ankles in gentle circles. 10 times each way. This isn't exercise, it's preparation. It stirs the blood, warms the joints, and makes the transition from lying to standing smooth instead of shaky. Skip it, and you risk dizziness, wobbling, maybe even falling. Then, step into the light. 5 minutes of morning sun, on the porch, by the window, wherever you can. Let those rays touch your skin. Vitamin D begins to flow, fortifying bones, sharpening reflexes, keeping brain and body in harmony. So many live starved of this free medicine, never realizing the weakness beneath their feet isn't age, it's deficiency. And don't wait too long to eat. Delay breakfast, and your body keeps tearing down muscle to feed the engine of life. That's catabolism, the silent thief of strength. You don't need a banquet, just a signal. A boiled egg, a spoonful of oatmeal, half a banana. Enough to tell your body, stop breaking down, we're building today. Each of these habits may look small, but together, stacked like bricks, they form a wall of protection, a chorus declaring to your muscles, you're still strong, you're still needed. And in time, you'll feel it. Rising from a chair won't feel like a battle. Standing won't feel so heavy. Walking will feel like freedom again. This isn't magic, it's faithfulness in the small things. It's never too late. Here's the truth I don't want you to miss. Age isn't defeat. It doesn't mean surrendering your independence, waiting for someone else to lift you, leaning on walls just across the room. That isn't your destiny unless you hand it over. Because every morning you're handed a choice. A quiet one. Will you feed your strength or let it fade? Will you stand or will you shrink back while time carves away? You don't need miracle powders or marathon medals. What you need is steady, faithful consistency. The foods we've named aren't passing fads. They're tools in your hands. The habits we've described aren't routines to check off. They're reminders to your body. You still have strength. You still have purpose. You still matter. So wherever you find yourself today, whether your legs feel steady or whether you're fighting for every step, know this: you are not late. Strength isn't gone. It begins again with the next bite, the next choice, the next rise from your bed. The road to strength isn't behind you. It's waiting in this very morning. And it begins with you.